Today on DirtGearTv, I'm going to be showing you how to make your starter on your KTM 2-stroke not suck. So this is my 2009 KTM 300 XCW. Now, since I've had this bike, the starter, I got this secondhand, the starter on this bike has never worked well. What I ended up doing was I just pulled the whole thing apart. I took the starter off of here, I removed the battery. I mean, I probably shed 10 pounds off the bike because I figured what was the point in leaving the starter on there if it was only working sporadically. And if you know anything about KTMs, they're notorious for having weak starters in them. A lot of them freewheel, sometimes they won't even turn them over. What I have here is a 410 watt electric motor, starter motor for this bike. I went on eBay and I researched electric motors for these, and there's a couple different ones. I think the ones that come with the bike, they're 350, 360 watt motors, approximately, the ones that these struggle with, the OEM motor. But as everything that comes out of China that can be replicated for cheap, these motors are no different. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to research on eBay the 410 watt motors, because those are the ones that are going to have the extra power and torque to turn this motor over. Okay, so I want you guys to notice we've got two different motors here. This is I think it's the 350 watt motor that comes standard with these. This is the 410 watt motor. There's a couple of small differences with these motors. You'll notice this one here has this little piece here that the 350 does not have, and it's got this cutout band here. So that's kind of how you can identify, especially if you're on eBay looking to purchase, a motor that's probably from China. Really the only identifying marks, because sometimes they're not being completely honest about what these motors are. And then also, I think you'll notice that this one is just a slight bit longer than the 350 watt. So let's go ahead and put this motor on the bike. Motor here, this is the 410, the bottom motor is the 350. See this silver band that goes right across here on this one? And then also this little, almost looks like a peg that's cut out here. So that's how you know you've got the 410 watt motor, which is this one here. This is the standard. What you're really going to want in order to get these bikes to start properly, guys, is going to be going to lithium battery. Okay, this is going to make all of the difference in these bikes in starting. This is made by Western Power Sports, and this is part of their Firepower series batteries. They make a lot of different lithium batteries and so forth. Now, there's different versions of these, and actually, I believe there's 2, maybe 3 different versions of these that are going to work in these KTMs. The most important thing, though, that I would say if you're having problems with your starter is to make sure that you get the correct model number. So this is model number 4902501. So if you go on WPS, their website, Western Power Sports website, and you look under their featherweight lithium batteries, there's going to be 2 models. Now I believe the lower cranking amp battery is a 4902500. Okay, that's not the battery that you want. You want to go with the 4902501. Okay, that's going to provide you 150 cold cranking amps, which is going to get these starters to crank over properly the way that you want it to. Another neat feature about these batteries, well, first of all, let me say they're incredibly lightweight. As far as I'm concerned, if you're using an e-start on your bike, switching over to a lithium battery is probably one of the best investments that you can put, one of the best places that you can spend money. I believe the weight of a typical battery for this bike, I believe they're about 5.5 pounds. And according to the website for Western Power Sports, these are about just over 1 pound. So you're able to shave 4 or 5 pounds off high up on the bike frame, which is going to make a big difference in terms of feel. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a real battery. It feels almost like a toy. But the other cool feature about this battery is it's got this little power meter here. When I press that, it'll read from, you know, hot, full, medium, and low, so you can press that if you need to check your battery. Now, the other thing that's important to know, whenever you're going to a lithium battery, you cannot use a standard lead-acid battery charger. You're going to mess up these batteries, cause problems. So what you're going to have to buy is a specific, it's going to be for a dual charger that can also do lead-acid, but you need to make sure that it's going to be rated to do lithium. And this is one that I picked up from Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. It's called Moto Power. It's an automatic battery charger and maintainer. It charges at 2 amps, which for me, that's going to be just fine. Now, if you want something that's going to charge a little bit quicker, you're probably going to want something that's charging at 5 amps or higher. For me, 2 amps is fine because I really don't anticipate having to charge this bike up much. So, lithium battery, absolute must. So let's go ahead and get this thing dropped in and we'll see if this bike wants to turn over now. Okay, so I've got my battery installed, everything back together. We've got our 410 watt eBay starter motor in place. And at this point I want to show you guys, now this bike has not been started in probably a week, maybe 10 days. And I want to show you, this engine is completely cold. I haven't started this thing in quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and choke it. We've got our fuel on. I'm going to hit that starter button and see if she'll actually start this time. All right, here goes nothing. All right, one more time. All right, so there you have it, guys. We've been able to take this crummy starting situation and get this thing to start almost brand new, like this bike we're off the showroom floor. And to do it for about $150. To give you an idea of cost, I got the Firepower battery off of Amazon for, I believe it was $74, and that's the 150 cold cranking amp, so that's the more powerful of the two. And then this motor, the 410 watt motor, was, I think it was just about $72 on eBay. What you're going to want to do when you go on eBay, because unfortunately I don't have a model number for the starter motor, but what you're going to want to do is do a search for 410 watt starter motors, you know, KTM 300 410 watt starter motor. And then it'll pull up some options and you can just filter it from lowest price to highest price, which is what I do. And then again, just make sure that you've got the motor that has this little pin thing here, and it also has this silver band there. So total, I've got just about $150 spent, and I've completely revamped the starter on this bike. So hopefully you guys have found this video helpful, and I'm just hoping that for you guys out there that are like me, that maybe have knee issues and can't kick the bike over and have had trouble with your electric start, hopefully this will get you back out on the trail and riding again very soon with the electric start functioning properly. So that's it for me tonight. I'm Rick with DirtGearTv, and I'll see you guys next time.